Good morning, friends. I am Sushma Puri, author and founder of the Human Dharma, the right human way of living that helps one live a good life and enrich the whole. The Human Dharma is a book and a US based non profit religious organization. My book, The Human Dharma, is available on Amazon.com, Barnes and Noble, Walmart, and other bookstores. In continuity to my last book reading video, today I will read part of chapter 15, Conclusion. This is the human dharma, a code of conduct to be adopted by a human. Till there is a human on this earth, the human dharma will prevail, because the human dharma is a human's way of living, the right way of living, and a way of living that helps a human, an individual, live a good life herself and enrich her whole too. The human dharma is a human's way of living. A human is the center of the human dharma. The entire human dharma starts from a human, one single individual human, a woman or a man, proceeds further, takes into account the entire human life with its four age spans, human life values, and the end of life, death, and issues of eternal human curiosity, soul, God, truth, checks out the vast whole around a human, of which a human is an integral part, and its three subwholes: the human whole, the whole of life, and the universe, and comes back to the same individual human. In its wake, it brings up five eternal human lifelong values: the values of family, education, work, marriage, and child. Values closely linked to human survival, human life, and human happiness. It defines death as the end of a human's one lifetime, not to be mixed up with living. It reveals the existence of a human soul as her deepest eternal self, located in the center of her body, a little below her navel. It remains silent about God. It defines truth, the basic reality of all, as one vast pool of pure conscious energy, which is all bound and moving within one word, Om, the truth to be remembered and lived by a human. It observes the vast world around a human and divides it in three subwholes: the human whole, the whole of life, and the universe. Defines the individual human's relationship to each of the subwholes, and the relationship of each subwhole to its bigger subwhole, and thus the whole. For the very first time in humanity's history, it traces the entire background of a human and the humanity up to its very origin point, and uncovers the human whole, our human-made world in which we humans live, where everything we humans use has been created and maintained by a human, the palace under construction to which each new generation of humans comes makes its contribution and departs, somehow making it more beautiful than they found it. And it is from this fact, the human whole, that it derives the deep meaning of a human's life, to give her best to the human whole in the form of her work, profession, and her child or children. I, as a human, will die one day, but I will leave behind my work and my child to the human whole. It checks out the vast whole of life, the earth with its flora and fauna, within which the entire human whole nestles, and where the entire humanity is just a thin streak of walking beings on its lands, among multitudes of other crawling and walking beings. It notes the individual human's relationship to it, how a human affects the whole of life by her actions, defines it, and derives the right way of living for a human. Respect all living beings, live and let them live too. Grow more plants, cause less pollution, and have fewer children. From there, it moves on and sees the whole of life, the Earth's relationship to its bigger whole, our solar system, and then our solar system's bigger whole, our galaxy, the Milky Way. Our galaxies being part of the bigger whole, our cluster, and our clusters being part of the biggest whole, the supercluster, which envelops all within it, where all are moving around one center. It defines the whole. It likens the whole to a moving potter's wheel, which is constantly moving and creating new and new artifacts, where every single individual human and every being is a creation of the whole, created in a very special way to enrich the whole. This fact gives deep meaning to a human's life on this earth, to enrich her whole. It sums up all this in the prime truth of Om, the whole, which starts from a human's aham, I, her human self, takes into account her U, the world outside her, oh, and comes back to her aham, her soul self, Om. The human dharma gives a human her or his basic identity of being a human. I am a human, a pure human, without any tag of caste, creed, race, or religion, where every human hides an immense potential in herself and is basically the same, holding the same eternal truth within her. It uncovers the basic equality of all humans, where every human is evolved, multidimensional, and a part of the whole, and where every human holds the same divine within her soul. It restores to a human her or his basic human dignity. It restores 5 eternal human life values: family, education, work, marriage, and child. Values that create a wall in the stormy ocean of life, against which a human walks, builds her life, and lives in. These values not only give her support but provide the very material with which she builds the entire edifice of her life, in which she lives and rejoices in her existence, and which she leaves to the whole at her death. It is only a human who can understand the human dharma, its fine, all encompassing truths, its depth, understand the whole and her own place and part in it, understand the divine, its deep purpose behind every creation, and its deep purpose in creating her as a human, and live to fulfill that purpose. Thank you, friends. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please like it and subscribe if you did. Also, please share it. That will help me in spreading good teachings of the Human Dharma to all. Your comments and questions are welcome. Please join us on Facebook and Twitter. See you soon for my next video. Have a great day.